Hey, Jeremy, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Man, I've got a huge list of to-dos this weekend. It starts in my garage. That thing is so messed up right now.
Oh yeah, I can feel you because once you get that thing organized and you get everything in its place and you know where
Oh, no,
everything
no,
is,
no,
it's
no.
going to be perfect.
No. I want to fit 2 cars in there. That's all I want to do. I don't have to do all the fine level detail, but I definitely got to get my 2 cars in there.
You don't want it perfect?
Well, no, I got a bunch of other stuff I got to get to. I just want it good enough so I can check the box.
Let's talk about that.
Let's do it. Hi, today we're here with Scott Vermillion. We're so excited. We have a series coming up this summer that we're going to start, and I would love to hear more about it and how we can all get prepared for it. So can you kick us off a little bit with
Sure.
what we're going to be studying
Sure.
over the next 10 weeks?
We've been talking a lot about this thing called the Enneagram, and some people are thinking like it's this insider language, and to some degree it is, but we don't want it to be that way. We want to talk about it in a more general and open way. And it really is about transforming who you are and how you relate to the world around you. And so that's what I love about it, and I think that it can be a real good conversation for spouses, for families, and for friends. I think it'll be a great thing.
I couldn't agree with you more, because since you've introduced it to me about a year ago, it has been exactly that. A wonderful conversation to have with others, and also an awakening that I've experienced just by understanding a little bit more about how people are motivated.
Right.
Because as I've gotten into this, it's one of the realizations I've had, which is not everybody thinks like me, clearly. And they have other things that are motivating them to get things done or to how they do things. I mean, how has it helped you in what you do on a daily basis?
This has been, I think that one piece of information alone has been a gift. To recognize there are 9 different personality types. And early on in our life, when we're kids, we decide what personality type we're going to tackle or just own. And as a result, we begin learning habits for safety and just to build our worldview around it. But the thing that this book, the Road Back to You, they talk about that what got you here isn't going to get you there. And so it's helpful to a point, but at some point we've got to grow beyond our Enneagram number. And I know it sounds like a little bit of like numbers, and it looks like a pentagram, and it looks like something, really sort of something out of Dungeons and Dragons.
I didn't do well in geometry, so I'm kind of concerned about the program.
But the reality is, once you begin understanding that there are 9 different personality types and how they interact with the world, and you begin to catch clues as to what motivates those, you have a heart of compassion toward people who think and act differently than you, instead of just judging them for being wrong.
You couldn't have been more right on that. And I think the other element that it gives me hope in this study has been that there's different versions. So you could be a number, but there's an unhealthy version of your own number and a healthy version.
Exactly.
And I think that awakening to my own self, what do I look like whenever I'm in a healthy space?
Right.
Versus what do I look like whenever I'm probably unhealthy or in a bad, fearful spot in that particular way? Can you speak into kind of how we're going to construct the class and how we're going to talk about these different types?
So what I want to do is I want to introduce the number. We'll first start in June. We'll start by just going over what is the Enneagram and why is it helpful. So we'll address that. But we're going to talk through each of the numbers, and then we'll see who in the room thinks that that's their number. And then we'll interview someone that day on that number to talk to them about when they're in a healthy space, what does that look like? When they're in a not so healthy space, what does that look like? And then just sort of what are the struggles that they deal with in relating to the rest of the numbers, and just kind of kick it around, whether it's at work or at home. Work relationships are different than family relationships, and we want to make sure that we're talking on both sides of that. And so I think it'll be a great discussion, and I think this is one of those experiences that you can't rush. There's no test to take. There's this isn't a DISC or a Myers-Briggs. It's nothing like that to label you, but it's more the direction your spirituality is going to take.
Right.
Like, what is it that you need in order to grow from here? and that's particular to your personality type. And so that's what's so helpful. It has been revolutionary to my own understanding of my spiritual growth, as well as I think I'm better at helping others because I know more of where they're coming from.
Also to identify kind of where our potholes are, and each number has roadblocks in the way that are going to prevent them from being a fully healthy version of that.
Yep.
So we just identifying with that and understanding that.
Right.
That's a gift.
Yep. I'd say, as we sign off here, that this is the single best tool that I've been given to understand relationships and understand transformation within relationships. So if that whets your appetite, I've been around the block a few times, and that is the greatest tool that I've seen.
That says a lot.
Well, come on out for that series, and we'll call it Awakening.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Let's just call it that. We're just right here on the spot. We're calling it Awakening.
Look at that creativity juices just flowing.
Boom, there you go.
Let's get awakened.
All right, guys, we'll see you next week. Jeremy, what are you looking forward to this weekend?
Oh, Scott, I'm looking forward to, I've got a huge list of things I got to check off, but the top one is my garage. And I've been suffering through it all week long. I need to get everything, straightened up in there so I could just get 2 cars in there.
Oh, wait, I did jump in.
Yeah. Okay, that's all right.
All right.
Do it again.
I was so interested.
Tell me more. What needs to be done? Because I have ideas.
Yeah.
I've got organizational ideas that I'd like to impart to you. Your one just can't stop. It's not acting, folks. This is real.
This is real. We got issues.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, take 2. Hey, Jeremy, what are you looking forward to doing this weekend?
Man, I have got a laundry list of things I got to do, and it starts with my garage. I cannot get my 2 cars in my garage right now.
You gotta say, I got all this stuff in my garage, and I gotta clean it out. And I was like, yeah, so you can get it organized, it's gonna look good, you know where everything is.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. And you go, no, just so I can get my 2 cars in.
Yeah, there we go. That's even better. That's even better.
There we go. We got a lot of outtakes, people. This will be the video. There's the outtakes. All right.